Wait just a minute. It's Roz on your radio. Yo.
Keep it locked right here.
Showcase, fellowship, inspire. Showcase.
Hey, it's Roz On The Radio.
Showcase, fellowship, inspire.
Yes, Lord. Radio.
Hey everybody, this is Roz on the Radio, and we're back. I am with Bishop T.D. Jakes, and he's talking about the movie Sparkle, which is coming out this Friday, August 17th. Now, this film is different in that, again, it is a remake, and I've loved all of your original films, but was there any pressure from doing a remake? Obviously, people may have their own set of expectations for what this film should look like.
Well, there's certainly a great deal of pressure doing a remake of a movie that was so beloved in the African American community, and their expectations are quite high. Mm-hmm. And we all knew that going into it, and we had our endless hours of discussion about how we could meet and hopefully exceed those expectations. Mm-hmm. And so being a steward of that is something that I took seriously, as did everybody else who worked on the film. None of us knew that we would be hold in our hands the final cinematic production of Whitney Houston, and at that time it was the furthest thing from our mind. We would have thought that this would have been the catalyst through which her cinematic career could be relaunched, because she did such an impeccable job. But to most of the credit goes to Whitney in that she performed so well on screen that all we have to do is present it correctly, because she really did. Her work speaks for itself, and her ability not only as a vocalist but even as an actress I thought was quite impressive, and particularly poignant with this particular film. And our only responsibility now is to make sure that it's presented correctly, that it's marketed correctly. But she did the work on presenting the character, and she brings the character to life. And her synergy with Jordan Sparks was on set and off set was absolutely amazing. There's a camaraderie that they exhibited even when the cameras were off. That is the catalyst through to the synergy that we see when they're on screen together.
Wow, well, people are going to love it. What are you hoping that people take away from this movie?
I'm hoping that they will see the new Sparkle, and the Sparkle character played by Jordan Sparks in particular, who, against the backdrop of chaos and confusion and storms and family problems and no money, still believed in herself and believed in her dream and fought for what she believed until the world recognized who she was. I'm hoping that kind of inspiration will be the catalyst to motivate people against the vicissitudes that we face in this current climate, to identify their own giftings, to go through the birthing process of bringing those giftings to fruition, and to manage those giftings in a responsible way, so that all people can have an opportunity at the American dream, no matter where they started in the process.
Oh, that's good. Was it difficult to become a part of the film industry?
As it relates to struggles that I have had, they have not been many. I think initially it was a learning curve as I went into different executives' offices to understand what I brought to the table, because it is not the stereotypical person that they're used to meeting with. So there was an educational part of it that had to be done. Right. But once that education was done and they really understood it, I've really been green-lighted in a way that they tell me is quite unusual for Hollywood. And from that point forward, it was to bridge the gap between the way that Hollywood normally does things to accommodate the unique skill set that I think that we bring to the table and influence that we bring to the table, and synergizing my machine with their machine in a concerted way so that we could work together effectively is also something that's been very, very important, because historically a producer that they would use would not normally have their own sphere of influence. So learning the benefits and some of the unique concerns that exist in me being who I am has been something that they've had to learn to appreciate, and I've had to learn how to best utilize the tremendous amount of resources that a company like Sony brings to the table, and how we could work together has been a work in process, but it has gone very, very well.
just in your own words, how do you feel that you've been able to accomplish so much with your diverse skill set, and how do you manage all of this?
First of all, I stay incredibly busy, so I don't get to mull over one accomplishment before I'm busy working on something else again, and that helps. My faith certainly is a strong catalyst to keeping me grounded. My family is a strong catalyst to keeping me grounded, and because this is not the only thing to do, I'll just say it's not my day job, then I don't have a lot of ego to place in the process of doing this. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I like me before anybody knew who I was. The things that I value most about me have nothing to do with anything that anybody sees me do on any stage. And I think when you come from simplistic beginnings like I did in West Virginia, there is a certain sobriety that exists. I'm not a product of Hollywood. I'm not a product of televangelism. I'm just a country boy from the hills of West Virginia who bootstrapped his way into life. And so I'm not intoxicated with accomplishments because I see so much before me that needs to be done that anything that I might have accomplished pales in comparison to the challenges that I see yet remaining before me and before our generation at large.
Now, a lot of people talk about how Sparkle is the movie that could have placed Whitney Houston back on the top, especially in the film industry and with her singing career. But let's talk a little bit about Jordin Sparks. Does this, in your opinion, have similar consequences for her or any other cast members that played a role in this movie?
If there is anybody that's going to really benefit from this film, it should be Jordin Sparks, who plays the lead role in the most amazing way. She has this innocence about her, this girl-like quality about her that exudes on the screen in the most believable way, that she brings not only that innocence and girlishness to the character, but she also brings a great deal of talent and strength to the role. And I think that people are going to be mesmerized at how well she really brings this character to life. And I would expect great things to come in her career as a result of it. The other person that really amazed me was Mike Epps, that I seldom get a chance to talk about because we normally see Mike in a comedic role, a stereotypical comedic role. This is a very different role. He plays the role of a villain, and Satin Struthers is the character that he plays, and he really, really delivered in a way that mesmerized me. But I thought the whole team was quite impressive, actually.
Good. Well, Bishop Jakes, I want to thank you so much for sharing with us today about Sparkle. Guys, the movie comes out this Friday, August 17th, so we want you guys to all be there for the opening day. Make a big impact this weekend, and I wish you much success in this film.
I'm so excited. I'm about to pop. I saw the final editing, and I was just over the moon with it. I think it's going to be great. It moves at a pace that keeps you engaged. It's got enough drama in it that is enough altercation and enough testosterone that it's not really a chick flick, and yet it's got enough sensitivity and compassion that I think women will enjoy it as well. And I think it's the kind of interesting story about a part of our history that people outside of the faith, outside of the African American community, will also be intrigued by, because it really gives you an inside look from an African American musical perspective on what the era looked like from the grassroots level of birthing of music, and sometimes we sang to survive. And I think that's a very interesting element of our community that would be informative to all people.
Wow. Well, thank you so much again. The movie Sparkle comes out this Friday, August 17th. You guys go out and see it and make a big impact this weekend.
Yes, Lord Radio. Thanks for listening.
Did you know that Yes Lord Radio has an app for iPhone, iPad, and all Android-powered mobile devices?
There's an app for just about anything.
Download it.
from Google Play or the Apple App Store and take Yes Lord Radio with you everywhere.